I'm back. Oh, yeah. Everyone's gonna think that I'm coming back as soon as Notre Dame's playoff chances are alive again. No, that's actually not the case. I broke my phone the night that I was super sick. As you remember, you can go back to the video; it's still up there. I was super sick. I left my phone outside because I wasn't thinking straight. Haven't been able to upload for like 3 months, and it stunk. And yeah, I love making videos, so it definitely stinks that I wasn't able to upload. But guess what? The phone came back at the perfect time, so we're back. And I'll be uploading. Whether Notre Dame gets in the playoff or not, I'll still be here. Don't worry. You always see me go off at the end of the season. It's usually because I got other priorities that I can't do. But I'm sure someone in the comments will say that I've been hiding. No, I have not. I'll go over the Cincinnati game for you. Terrible loss. There's really nothing else to say. Jack Cohn did not play well. Nobody played well. That game was horrible. But since then, the Irish have been unbelievable. And they've, it's like 9 minutes left in the first quarter against Stanford. We're going to road grade Stanford. I'm calling the game now. I'm not even going to do a halftime report and final score report for that. I mean, they're going to win, obviously. But some other teams did lose, including Ohio State. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to your playoff chances, Ohio State. Doesn't matter if you're better than us or not, which you probably are, but it's close. You did not play well today, my friends. You did not play well. Michigan is going to the Big Ten Championship. And notice how I did not say playoff, because I think Michigan could... It would be a very Michigan thing to lose the Big Ten title game. And that could realistically happen. Other news, I know the Cowboys or the Pokes are beating Oklahoma right now. I think 14-7, something like that. Oklahoma's probably about to tie it up, though. That'll be a good game. And then, of course, Alabama, they look garbage as well. I will tell you, we would beat Bama. I think we would beat Bama. People are going to call me crazy and whatever. I mean, I just don't. They have no run game at all. And Bryce Young, he's awful under pressure. The defense is meh when it should have been one of the best defenses ever. That's what everyone was telling us. Yeah, they're not a great team. Maybe they're around top 15. But what's weird about this year is that everyone's beating them up. Everyone's beating each other up so much, except Georgia, that it's like the fourth best team this year would be like the eighth best last year. Like I think the Notre Dame team we have now is worse than the past two that have made the playoffs. But I think we could win a playoff game this year. I'm not even kidding. If Notre Dame gets in, as long as they don't play Georgia, they could beat anyone. I really believe that. Let's go over it. Michigan, we could beat them. We could absolutely beat Michigan. Let's see, who else? Cincinnati, in a rematch, I think that we have a good shot. Ohio State, that would be a tough one. I would probably predict us to lose, but it's not going to be a blowout. Alabama, yes, they're not good. They're not good. Literally, look around the country, people. People are getting mad about anyone talking about Notre Dame in playoffs. Who are you going to put in then? Are you going to put a 2-loss Oregon in? Their best win just lost today. Makes no sense. No sense. Notre Dame's lost to one of the 2 undefeated teams left in the nation. Cincinnati's going to crawl up there to 2 or 3. And we lost to them by only 11 points when we should have won that game. We really should have won that game. We played an awful game against Cincinnati. We played our worst game against the best team, and we only lost by 11. That's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Now, should we have won and taken care of business? Absolutely. But so should all these other teams. Michigan, they should have taken care of business against Michigan State. They didn't. They're going to be ahead of us, so it doesn't matter. But they got to take care of business against Iowa as well. And everyone's clowning Notre Dame for not having a conference championship. I mean, we have a good shot of getting in anyways. I don't know what to tell you. You want us to play in the ACC? Fine. We're going to win. We would win that this year. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah. Notre Dame, every minute that passes, it looks more and more like they have a great shot to make the playoff. I'm not gonna say it yet because we don't know for sure. But it's looking pretty good. If you had to talk to me right now and ask me for my prediction, my prediction personally would be Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Cincinnati 3, Notre Dame 4. I think the Big 12 is going to eat itself alive. I think Oklahoma is going to win against Oklahoma today, or vice versa. I just don't see any team getting out of there with one loss. A team like Oklahoma, if they win tonight against Oklahoma State, they're going to be so excited about that win, one of the biggest in their program's history, and Baylor's going to be ready for them come Big 12 championship time, and I just don't think they're going to be ready. And I think Notre Dame slides into that fourth spot. That's how I see it. Now, what if this happens? What if Iowa beats Michigan in the Big 12 title? Or in the Big 10's title, sorry. Would you have 1 Georgia, 2 Cincinnati, 3 Notre Dame? Who would be 4? Could it be Baylor? Could it be Baylor? I'm considering bringing Baylor back out of the dead from the playoff eliminator. Seriously. I really think they have a shot now, and I think obviously it's a long shot, but I'd give it like a 5% chance. I mean, I really think Michigan could lose to Iowa, and all you need to have happen is for Oklahoma State to win tonight, and they got to win in the Big 12 title, and Georgia to beat Alabama, which will happen, and you're in. So like that's reasonable. That's reasonable. And guess who would face off in a 2-3 matchup? Notre Dame and Cincy. And guess what? That's Notre Dame's ticket to winning a playoff game right there. So I'm telling you, I think if Notre Dame rematched Cincinnati, I know there would be so much hype for Cincinnati, but you got to realize Notre Dame's not won a playoff game either. They're going to want this win too. So think about that. But yeah, this has been one of the most exciting weeks in college football for sure. Of course, I come back right in time. You guys are going to say that I've been hiding, but I literally haven't been able to upload. So I'm not even going to get into that. But again, Notre Dame, by no means is it a guarantee that we're getting in. A few big steps need to happen. And the main one is going on in the Big 12. Because really, let's see here. I'm just trying to think for a second. Yeah. If Cincinnati is basically in at this point, when you really think about it. Personally, if it really looks like it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, and Cincinnati, assuming Cincinnati and Michigan win out. Assuming. Georgia, even if they lose in their conference championship, they're getting in. But since Michigan, if they win out, if they win their next game, they're going to be in without a doubt. Without a doubt. And that's what people are predicting. I see them possibly losing. We'll have to see as time goes on there. Cincinnati, obviously, they have to win out. They need one tiny thing of help, though. They either need the Big 12 champion to end with 2 losses, or they need Georgia to beat Alabama. Now, if you ask me, Georgia's gonna kill Alabama. They're gonna kill them. I'm talking like 45-14, like Notre Dame in a playoff game bad. Like even worse though. So that's, if you ask me, that's gonna be the score of that game. So I think Cincinnati's basically in. And even if that doesn't turn out, you still got the Big 12 title champion ending with 2 losses scenario. So Cincinnati, I'd give their playoff chances like at 90%. Like it's very likely they're getting in. Because I just don't see Bama losing to Georgia. Now, Notre Dame, they need, obviously, the Georgia-Bama game to go Georgia's way, which it will. and then they need the Big 12 champion to end with 2 losses. That's the harder one. It's not super hard, though. I mean, you really think about it. I think it starts with Oklahoma losing tonight. I don't think you want Oklahoma standing around because they have experience in those big games. I think you want a team like Oklahoma State to win tonight. So they'll be riding high going into next week. And that's just the perfect opportunity for Baylor to win, in my opinion. So Notre Dame's playoff chances, I'd say they're a little under 50. But they're solid. They're solid. And people just have not been talking about them. But they have a path. And it's been cleared out for them. Behind all the bushes, all that, it's been cleared out. It really has. Ohio State, you're done. We all thought you were going to actually win, but you lost, so you're done. Michigan, you're probably in. It doesn't, Notre Dame, I guess Notre Dame Notre Dame just needs either Michigan to lose to Iowa, they need Georgia to beat Bama, or they need the Big 12 champion to end with 2 losses. Two of those 3 scenarios, and Notre Dame clinches their playoff spot. Because here's the thing. If Michigan loses in their title game, they're going to have 2 losses, no Big Ten title. They're not going to be in over Notre Dame because they'll have 2 losses and they won't have a conference championship just like Notre Dame. I think of a conference championship as a bonus. A bonus. So if there's 2 teams with 1 loss, and one of them has a conference championship and the other doesn't, you're going to give the nod to the conference champion. That's why you can't be sitting there with Oklahoma with 1 loss, or Oklahoma State with 1 loss and a Big 12 title, and Notre Dame with 1 loss and no title. The Big 12 team's going to get in over you, even though I think we would beat both of those teams. And I know people watching this video are going to call me crazy. I think Notre Dame is clearly one of the 4 best this year. They have slowly but surely evolved into a fantastic football team. I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand why they're not being considered, because at this point it's looking like a very real possibility. So my prediction: Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Cincy 3, Irish 4. If we played Georgia, we would get killed. We would. So, you hope for Michigan to lose, so we could maybe sneak in there. We'll see, though. I mean, we'll see. I'm just going to let this play out. And one more thing. For anyone mad about Bama losing, they're winning today, in 4 overtimes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If Bama finished, or if Bama lost this game, but they beat Georgia in the title game, Bama would be in with 2 losses. Because Georgia's like the greatest team ever. Some people are calling them. Not the greatest team ever. I take that back. They're clearly the best team this year. I think that 2019 LSU team would beat them in a close matchup. I don't know, though. I don't know. But the only bad thing is that now if Bama loses a close game, they might have a chance of getting in, where if they just had 3 losses, they'd be out. I don't think Bama should be considered if they have 2 losses and no conference championship. Don't get me wrong. But it's just I don't know. It really doesn't matter because Bama's going to get road graded by Georgia anyway. So it really does not matter at all. But yeah, I mean, games to just watch out for is that Oklahoma State game. Go Pokes, because I think they're going to lose the next week after if that happens. So sorry, Ohio State fans. Keep on crying. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace.